Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with Brighton boxing veteran Ronnie Davies and legend, in fact. Key figure in the camp, obviously, of Chris Eubank Jr. We're here, we've had a chat with Chris already. Just wanted to speak to you, I suppose, first of all, how's the dynamic been during the camp so far between yourself, Chris Jr. and the new guy on the block, obviously, Nate Vasquez?
He's a lovely fella, he knows his stuff. At least Chris is listening for the first time for a long time. I used to tell him things, because, he had a very I've been in boxing 62 years as a trainer and manager promoter. And if you don't want, but his father, when he first turned pro, said, "Don't listen to anyone. You only listen to yourself," and that's what stuck with him. But then he realises he can't go. Look, I've tried to get through to him loads of times. He wouldn't listen, and that's his fault, isn't it? Not mine.
Is it kind of the case now that Nate Vasquez has come in? It's not that he's in any way better than you or anything like that. It's just that it's a new voice. Does that help? Yeah,
with someone like Eubank, it would. Yeah, and he's got to him, so that's great. I'm quite happy with him. He looks good.
And what have you been doing? So obviously they're doing the day-to-day stuff, but have you been kind of overseeing and supervising everything, kind of pointing things out when you notice things, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I speak to him and I say to things, I think he's doing this wrong, he's doing that wrong. He's always in agreement with me. It works well. I bring the sparring in, I didn't bring the American in, but I've had Cody Davis down there. I've had a young kid that's won the Youth Olympics. He's brilliant. He's been down. I've had some very good sparring for him. But you see, he's done it right. He's doing everything right. Other times he's messed up on certain things, which I'm not going to say in my opinion was wrong, but he's doing everything right.
What would you say he gets offered from the sparring, first with Cody Davis and then with Dennis Douglin, who's been the more regular sparring partner?
Cody Davis was a beautiful boxer. This kid's more of a fighter. But he can box as well. But Cody Davis is a very, very special kid for a kid that's had 10 fights. It's unbelievable.
And you talked about kind of bringing the sparring in and stuff like that. What have you noticed in Eubank Jr. himself that's been different from previous camps? Obviously, you've mentioned the fact that he's listening a bit more, but is there anything else in terms of what he's actually doing in the ring?
No, he's not. He's keeping his hands up a lot more, which I've asked him to do for a long time, because he carries his left hand very low. And someone like DeGale is just going to reach over the top with his jab because he's southpaw. But at least now he's starting to bring it back up after so many years of me telling him. It shouldn't take that long. But he's got so much ability, but he lets himself down sometimes. He should have beaten Groves, in my opinion, because he didn't listen. You know what I mean? You've got to listen to people. If I've had that experience in boxing, I had 48 fights, 48 wins, 50 fights with Eubank, and all them world titles. You must have been doing something right, mustn't I?
Well, yeah, of course. I think, like you said, it's just bringing someone new in that makes him listen, because he's heard it from you so many times. He started to ignore you or whatever now. So someone else has come in and kind of shouting in his ear, if you like.
That's good. I've got that again. Listen, and about me at the end of the day, I want the kid to win. It's about him, and whatever happens. If you brought an old fella in from the outside the street and he was listening, he was doing all right, good, as long as he wins.
Assuming how things have gone so far continues and you all get on really well together, the three of you, could you see it lasting longer than just one fight? Could you see it going for the next few fights or years in the future?
Yeah, unless I die. I'm getting old now, and I'm 72.
Don't talk morbidly. I'm sure you'll outlive all of us. But
I'm still hanging in there, yeah. We'll all be there.
But can you see it, because you've got on so positively, everyone's friendly with each other, could you see it being a long-term arrangement?
Yeah, I could, yeah. It all goes well. It's hard for him to keep coming over. But all the time he's prepared to do that, then good.
Maybe it's time for you to relocate to Las Vegas. Have a nice little holiday home over there for the camps.
Not me. I love it here.
I can see why. It's actually lovely around there. Just last one. How do you expect things to go on tonight? I'm sure you're going to say Eubank's going to win, but what sort of fight do you expect?
I expect a hard one. If I didn't make a mistake, but I thought Groves had gone back, and he hadn't. So I'm not going to make that mistake this time. DeGale, if he's like he was, he's in for a very, very hard fight.
And have you talked about how it's going to work in the corner on the night, like who's going to talk when and stuff like that?
Yeah, so he can Nate will be head cornerman, and I'll vest him up, and Anthony Brown will be the other side, getting the water, things like that. I should say things to him, but I won't talk as well as I won't talk at the same time as Nate. I should say what I think to Nate, and he can relay that to Chris amongst his own things. That's where we work.
It all sounds like a well-oiled machine. So, very best of luck on the 23rd of February, and hope it goes your way.
Yeah, thanks. Good talking to you all. Thank you.